Okay, here we are back at the Raleigh dump for part 2. As you saw last week, I found that great center slug plated Pepsi. So let's get back down in there and see what else we have. Yeah, that's a pretty big hole right there. Yeah, we got this giant hole going, so definitely going to stay till dark and dig it all the way out. Okay, we have a 2 foot 2 inch thick layer, which is really nice, and we got a bottle. Whoa, check that out. The embossing's facing right at me. What is that? It's really long. Some kind of American soda fountain, but it just looks longer than normal, so I'm kind of surprised about it. So yeah, that looks pretty nice, doesn't it? And you can see the stopper still in it. So let's get that out of there. See if it is an abnormally large one. They're usually the size of a 12-ounce soda, but this is definitely looking like a quart or at least a 24-ouncer. Okay, where to put this camera at? I'll just try and hold it, but it's tough. Oh my God. It is a quart size one. I've never seen one before like that. That's crazy. Okay, there's my backup camera. It lasted all of 2.5 minutes before the battery died, and I just bought a brand new battery. I don't know how much of this bottle coming out was actually captured on film, but there it is. It's a giant quart size one. I've never seen one like it before. It's a blob top and still has the porcelain stopper on it. So we'll put that in here with all the rest of the treasures. I was just clearing some dirt out and I saw this bottle sitting there and I was like, whoa, what is that? And then I was like, oh my God. What is that? It's for real, man. Oh my God. A Bobbit and Wayne of some weird variety that I've never seen before. That is an incredibly rare bottle right there. But it does have a little crack in it, and I wonder if I might have done that myself. But it is still displays pretty nice. Okay, we got several bottles right over here. It is some kind of a sauce, but no, not a Lee & Perrins. It's got a glass stopper in it, so it's a competition to a Lee & Perrins. And we got some amber bottle, but it's looking like the top's broken off. Yeah, so yeah, we got another one of these. It's got all of the slug plates, so who knows, I can probably make something out of it. But I feel something else down here. I think it's broken. Wait, no. Possibly not. It feels like it could be a strap-sided flask. Okay, I just yanked it out of there. It's broken. Is it going to be? Oh, it is. It's another embossed dispensary. Dang it. We are very close to that one spot where I did find about 48 of them in one day. Okay, just popped this one out and it has a label on it. What is that? Some kind of white shoe polish, I think. But we also have, could be a good one, is the day of slicks. But no, it is not a slick. It is the Mulford's most delicious pre-digested beef. And it's still in there. You want to drink it? Yeah, it has a cork in it, so that is actually possibly the real stuff in there. So, uh-oh. I disturbed the cork. Yeah, whatever is in there is bubbling up. Water would not do that. I just got to take the lid off now and smell it for some reason, even though it's probably going to smell really awful. Yeah, it definitely is something strange in there. It has a weird smell to it. Okay, I see something right here. No embossing on that side. And slick on that side as well. Which is odd because it does have a slug plate. And you can see the original cork is still in there. And it's a sparkling clean example. And that is very likely to be alcohol in there. Rubbing alcohol is in there sometimes, and it has a distinctive smell, of course. Yeah, I just noticed this when I was starting back to dig in. As you can see, it's newspaper. Perfectly preserved, but I don't know what I could do with that. Newspaper is really not worth anything, even if it is intact, even if it's still like sitting there in a readable form. Newspaper is just not a very valuable collector's item, no matter how old it is. Okay, I just found something else I've never seen before. A Hicks Capudine without the indented panel on it. Just embossed straight onto it. Now that is definitely the oldest one ever made. Have you ever seen one like it? I've seen hundreds of them with the indented panel and never one flat like that. That is definitely 1899 to 1903 era there. So it's probably worth like $25 just because it's got to be the rarest variation of this bottle ever made. Okay, we got something showing up. Probably broken, yeah. It is a mineral water. Where's the rest of it? I want to see what brand it is. Okay, we possibly have a dispensary. I think the neck's broken off, but as long as the rest of it's intact, it would be still worth something. It is embossed. It is a dispensary. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be having the whole thing there except for the neck and the top. But I have saved many of them to repair with. Dang it. It is tough to get to, especially with the camera and the light in the way. Okay, I think we might be able to get it now. Damn it. The bottom's broken out of it. The whole thing's broken. But it is the full slug plate, and I'm going to save it, of course. And oddly enough, even though the back side was facing the dirt, I left somewhat of a slug plate into the clay. Kind of strange. But there's a bunch more broken flasks in there. Hopefully we'll find a whole one before the day's over. Okay, we got a number of things showing up. Okay, we got broken. And we got what could be embossed drugstore right here. But no, it is not. It is old. Yeah, it's just a Whitehurst. Not very useful, but could sell for a couple or $3. And we have a broken neck of what would have been rather nice looking. It is the Chamberlain's colic, cholera, and diarrhea remedy. I'll save the broken piece just because somebody might be able to do something with it. And again, you can see the embossing in the clay right there. It looks interesting. We got a couple of things showing up here. Got a flask or possibly medicine. No, it looks three-sided. Thinking it's just going to be a horseradish, but we also have a flask for sure over this way. But it's broken. Okay. Another horseradish for our collection. So many were around in the early days. About 100 times as much horseradish was consumed in the early 1900s as opposed to the early 2000s. Okay, I just hooked onto a flask and it dropped off the ceiling and I see embossing on it. Alright, it's a Lowenstein. I knew if I was just patient, the day would pay off eventually, and it just did. That's at least $100 right there, as long as it's not chipped or cracked, and it seems to be perfect. So yeah, finally I got something really good. So I'll put that in the water and then put it in my van and wrap it in wet newspaper. Okay, I see what looks to be the rare variety of the dispensary, but it's broken, of course, but still I want to see that front panel of it. Wow, that is a huge one. Is that a... could it be a quart size one? I don't know, it looks bigger than I remember. I have a perfect pint. Is that the same? I don't know, it probably is a pint. I don't think they even made a quart of this particular shape. But I could be wrong, but if they did, there's probably only one known to exist, and I have not seen it. Okay, we got some kind of a little patent medicine. Hopefully it's not a Dr. King's. I think it's a little bit bigger. It is just a slick extract. Just found another slug plate. A nice full slug plate there, so that's definitely worth bringing home. Could even be a quart size. It is a quart. See, there's the bottom of a Q. Yep, those are extremely rare in quart sizes. Okay, we got some kind of flask right here. possibly a patent medicine, actually. Yeah, it's going to be a Hood sarsaparilla or Simmons liver regulator. There's only 2 bottles that have that style. The sunken in panels. Well, I was wrong. I'm glad I was wrong, because it's actually something better. It is the super cool swamp root. It is the Dr. Kilmer swamp root kidney, liver, and bladder cure. Nice strong embossing on it and a nice clean example. So that is probably going to sell for $25. Okay, we have a possible dispensary flask right here. It's definitely a strap-sided flask. No embossing on that side. Oh no. It's got a slug plate but no embossing. It's a little bit thinner than most. I think it's really a 6-ouncer instead of an 8-ouncer. But still, for a slicker, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, I also found part of an insulator. A nice small type pony insulator, I guess is what they call them. But anyway, it's ruined. I also found a drinking glass, which could have been a snuff jar, and then a very small dollhouse item, and then another early screw top. What does that say anyway? Louisville, Kentucky, USA, but the top line is, I don't know. You can read it better than I can. Okay, just found one of those rare 3-line writing dispensary flasks in the half-pint size, which I don't have. So, I'm sort of disappointed, of course. But we also have something showing up right there. And there is actually a possibility that this is one of those. Okay, ready? Okay, it's moving. It's loose enough to get it out now. Damn it. It's slick and cracked. Of course. Okay, we got a flask. Could it be a dispensary? I don't know. They usually have a little triangle on the bottom. I don't see it on this one. So I'm going to say it's probably a Richmond flask or something else. No embossing on that side or that side. It's going to be a slicky. It's a nice looking bottle too. Nice wide one. Yeah, it's definitely a shame that that's a slick. Okay, just pulled that out and it's a champagne, and I was kind of surprised because I haven't found any of this size lately. They've always been the bigger ones. And the shade of green is definitely a lot lighter than most of them I see. So that's kind of a nice champagne anyway. Come on down where the treasure's at. Okay, what do we have here? Some kind of a cylinder. Probably a whiskey fifth. And it's broken, of course. No, they usually are broken. But I'm having a tunnel farther than I expected. And really deep. Check out this unusual view. Yeah, you don't see a view like that unless you're dead in a 6-foot deep hole, and this is a 6-foot deep hole. And it is long enough to be a grave. Okay, just found this unusual ink bottle. It's really wide and flat, and it's got part of the label still on it, and it's got embossing up here on the shoulder. I don't even know what this is. It's definitely a unique one. Pretty sure I don't have one in my collection, but then again, it's been packed up for 10 years, so I really don't remember. Yeah, that's definitely a good one there. I don't know, we might be here until 9 o'clock again tonight. With the rate we're going, we still have 3 feet to go this way at least. And we've definitely used up all the space we have on the tarps, and I've readjusted the dirt multiple times to hold as much as possible, and we just have no space left, but I'm gonna keep going. Okay, we have something interesting looking right here. My battery's about to die, and I wasted it on a bunch of slicks. And we still got tons of stuff left to find. It's just a vino. But it's sort of an interesting bottle. Okay, back to that layer where all those Coke bottles that were broken were at. Do we have a whole one? Nope. It's broken. Okay, I think we have a Honey Amber Whiskey Fifth. If I can get it out without breaking it. Yep. It's a beauty. Okay, looks like we have another of the big amber, you know, Vicks, Hicks, not Vicks, but Hicks, both North Carolina products, of course. So that's another pretty good bottle right there. Okay, I just found another King Drug Company. And down here I see what might be an intact straight sided Coke, but of course my single prong scratcher decided to get buried up. Dang it. Well, it's almost whole. I hope I didn't just snap that off. That's an old break right there. Okay, we got a couple showing up that look good. It's a fancy tooth powder bottle with the stopper still in it from, I think, Richmond, Virginia. So that's a nice $20 bottle. Then we got what could be a soda right here. Definitely is a soda. So I'll get it out. It's clear. It is something a little different. It's a Lito in clear, which is quite rare. I don't think I have a perfect one until now. So that's definitely a good one right there. Not super valuable, but it's at least a $50 one. Okay, we got something that looks like a patent medicine. Get some hurrying because the battery's gonna die any second. It's a Scott's emulsion this time, not one of those generic cod liver oils. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a Cobalt Blue Master ink right in here. It is well after dark, but this hole's too good to leave. Okay, the lens got stuck shut, so I missed pulling this out on film. But anyway, here it is, a beautiful ink bottle. Yep, had to get one great bottle for the road. Doesn't get much better than that. Well, not much more beautiful anyway. So I think we're about ready to get out of here because it is super duper dark out here. Okay, we're getting out of here at 10:03 at night, so we were here for over 12 hours. 12 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, here I am back at home. The bottle of the day, this beautiful Pepsi. It's going to go in my collection until I find the perfect example. Sheared off crown, not too distracting when it's sitting on a shelf. So I think these are in the book for like $350. So what's it worth like that? At least $125, I would think. And then we have this flask. But unfortunately it is actually cracked on the edge right there. Still, it looks really nice on the shelf. It's hard to notice that unless you're looking for it. So it still might be worth, I don't know, 65? Okay, this one still has the cork in it. So even though this is still corked and it's full of liquid, I just don't know. It doesn't look like medicine. It's too clear. Only way to find out is to take the cork out and smell it, and if it smells like water, I'm just going to dump it out. And this one I thought was in perfect condition, but it also turned out to develop several small problems, or medium problems. That one right there, and that one right there. And just as I was picking it up, I noticed that one, which I definitely didn't see, but yet you can see discoloration in it, and there's a crack above it. So that probably would have been about a $65 bottle, and I'm gonna have to say now it's only worth 40 maybe. And of course, what day would be complete at that dump without one of the king drug companies? At least that one's in good shape. So I'm going to put about a $25 value on it. And we have two of these. And both of them have the original stopper in very good condition with embossing, and it's nice and readable, and the cork is nice and tight in there. I'm gonna clean it a little bit better, so I don't want to push the cork all the way back in there because it's very hard to get back out. But this could very well be a $25 bottle as well, so we got two of those at $50. And then we have this previously unknown drugstore. Does have a crack in the corner, but it's a unique shape. I don't know, I think this is the 5th variation to this company's bottles that I've seen. See how it's got those, it's almost like an indented panel. I've never seen a drugstore bottle with those cat ears sticking up on the ends. I don't know what to call that design, but I've never seen a bottle like it. So yes, it's $100 because it's from a desirable area and it's possibly the only one ever found. And then we have the Dr. Kilmer's. It's a clean example and has sharp embossing, so it's got to be worth at least $25. And then we have two of these bigger Hicks Capudines. This one has a nice patina on it. So I don't know what these are worth in this big size, but since it's secure and it's a rather large size, it's probably $30. At the very least $25. That's what it looks like with backlighting. So 2 of these at $25 at least each. That's another $50. And then another beautiful bottle, but another problem developed on this one as well. It has actually a big chip on the top. Yeah, it's got a rather large chip out of the top of it, so that's going to cut out about 35% of its value, I would say. So I don't know what these go for, but I would think it's like $38 if it was in mint condition, so maybe it's still worth $25 if I'm lucky. Then we have the giant size of the American Soda Fountain Company. The bale wire was too rusty to save it, so I just took it off. But on the completed eBay auctions, I see these selling for a lot. I mean, $45 and $50. Or at least that's what they're asking. And since it's the rare large size, it might be worth $50 or $55. And then we have the King Drug Company in another variation. And this one is in perfect condition, but it has some stubborn stains in there. I'm going to have to tumble this out for a day. But that is probably worth $35 because this variation always gets cracked and this one is actually perfect. So there's most of the stuff anyway. Here's one more good one I haven't cleaned yet. Worth at least $25, so we still probably have $500 worth considering how many other bottles there are. And I still have all of these to wash and all of this stuff. And let's not forget there was a lot of these, all broken and damaged, but I mean, somebody literally must have thrown a whole case of 24 of these away. That's how many broken shards I found. This is one of the better examples, so I could splice a new top on it and make it into a $45 bottle maybe. Or just saw it into a glass and get maybe $25 for it. But it was really amazing how many there was. I'm going back in a few days to dig the other part, right up against it where the rest of these sodas should be at. So until next week.